Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block, episode 22. I'm your host, that retro code Eddie V. Joining me is the celestial brush herself, Mrs. Celeste Roberts.
Good evening. Hope you guys are having a good November so far.
Yes, the indie insider, Mr. Dan Murphy.
Hello from Memphis, everybody.
Yes, and the devastating dungeoneer himself, Mr. David Dax.
Happy Monday. Happy to be here.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? It has been an interesting week. We are close to the release of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. So, are you guys hyped?
I'm hyped, but I also have so many other games on my backlog that I'll get to it eventually, I guess.
What about you, David?
Oh, I'm on like level 11 hype right now. I'm really trying. I'm almost like trying not to think about it because it's too painful to wait 3 more days. Nintendo North America has been releasing their like one character a day hype video, and it's like it's got me amped. I'm ready.
Yes. And what about you, Dan?
Oh, it's a day one purchase, and I'm going to be playing it beginning to end without any other games bothering me in between. I'm excited, and I've held off on the demo too. So,
yes. Well, right, we're going to quickly get into this housekeeping. This is episode 222 of the Nintendo Pow Block podcast. Each and every week, we come together to talk about games and everything we love about them with our friends. You can join us live on Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/BossRushGamesLive Live and be a part of the conversation. But if you can't join us live, no big deal. You can head over to youtube.com/BossRushGames and BossRushGames.com to watch the show or listen on your podcast service of choice. We merge to subscribe, follow, rate, and review wherever you consume us. It helps us out with discoverability, and check out our family of shows wherever you listen to your podcast. So, of course, everybody, we're going to jump into Snacktendo. Guys, what have we been snacking on? Because I have Checkers, I have Burger King, I have had Panda Express. What have you guys been snacking on?
Oh gosh, I am drawing a blank. I eat every day. You'd think I remember this. I was asking people on Twitter what kind of sandwiches they liked because we made homemade Reubens. That is my favorite type of sandwich.
Oh, nice.
I love Reubens. And yeah, I had a Reuben. On Saturday, I had gumbo pizza.
What?
Huh?
Tell me more.
Oh gosh. Okay. So if you guys ever come down, I will take you to Redfish Pizza in Houma, Louisiana. And they have a gumbo pizza. Instead of a marinara as the base, they have a roux. And they top it with cheese, andouille sausage, red peppers, green peppers, onions, some chicken, shredded chicken. So it's like a chicken and sausage gumbo in pizza form.
Oh my God. That's incredible.
I have to say yes. Pretty good.
Look, I was expecting, do they put rice on it too?
No, I guess that would be too many carbs with the crust as well.
Pretty much, you're right.
The crust substitutes the rice, you know?
No
It's all
potato
just
salad.
a vessel.
No potato salad either. So.
Oh no. What about you, David?
Well, I drink. Lately, I've been drinking like a pot of coffee a day, which is bad. So I try to find stuff that I can kind of pair with it that I really enjoy. So lately, I've been getting English muffins and putting peanut butter on top and then chocolate chips and blueberries and then eating those with my coffee. And it's feeling good in the morning. So.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
How do you take your coffee?
Well, I usually start the day with creamer, and then that's too much creamer to have throughout the day. So I transition to black by the rest of the day.
Oh no!
Yeah. I drink my coffee black. I don't think there's any other way to drink it.
I have to have creamer, flavor creamer. When I hit Dunkin' Donuts, I get the mocha, 5 sugars, 1 cream. Like mine's got to be sweet. Mine's got to be like it's gonna be hot, but it's got to taste like rich to get the flavor out. Because if I do black, black coffee tastes like black licorice to me, and I'm just like, ah.
Oh, I love black licorice.
I like black licorice too.
And I never drink hot coffee. I only drink iced coffee, even if it's -5 degrees out.
You do the cold press?
Yeah, I do like black cold brew. So no, I don't add anything
I do like
to it.
cold. I've been using sugar-free Coffee Mate hazelnut and sugar-free Torani. I think those syrups. They have a pumpkin spice one.
Oh, cool.
So I feel a little bit better about my decisions of those.
If I'm doing like homemade coffee, like out of the pot and stuff, I usually do International's Delights coffee. Their flavor for creamer. I actually got a good Starbucks one. It's like this kind of caramel mocha kind of flavor. I'm like, ooh, this is
Caramel macchiato.
I think so. It is, yeah. But
My
it's the
girlfriend drinks that.
It's the Starbucks one with it's all white and stuff. Yeah, Starbucks is sophisticated with their bottles and stuff. I'm like, ooh, I feel fancy with this.
They're not selling you coffee. They're selling you an experience.
That's right.
They know what they're doing.
This is not an ad for Starbucks.
I haven't got a chance to go back to Pepperidge Farms. I'll probably do that Friday because I want to go back to their outlet store and get some more cookies. This is the time where like their holiday cookies are out, and I seen some gingerbread ones that I want to get, and I'm just like, okay, I want to get these ones, and then tell Jack, let him know, be like, I love the gingerbread ones because I've never had their gingerbread cookies. So I'm intrigued to taste it. I did have goodness, what did I have? I had sushi today.
What kind of sushi?
I had tuna and I had it's like a salmon kind of tuna also. So I had like the roll ones, but it's like where they got the rice at the bottom and then the meat at the top. The tuna.
Oh, so is that considered sashimi kind of?
I think so.
Yeah, that's sashimi.
With the rice underneath it?
Yeah, if it's just like a slab of the raw fish on top of rice, rather than actual roll, that's sashimi. Or no, it's not sashimi. It's I'm drawing a blank on this.
Because sashimi, I think, is just the raw fish.
Yeah, sashimi is without the rice. This
Gosh,
is
help me.
Oh my god, this is gonna drive me crazy right now.
For this.
Yeah, this is what we need the live.
Somebody's gonna be yelling at the podcast here.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, Celeste, what's wrong with you? I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna dox you.
Well, I consider it all sushi. If you guys have a problem with that, you can email us at the shred into the powerblock@gmail.com.
It's nigiri.
Nigiri. Okay.
Thank you for that. Yeah, it's sorry everybody, we're human. Just in case you didn't know.
So while eating my sushi, I had a taste for miso soup, and I wanna I wanna find a place that sells it. Cause some good miso soup during this time, like this cold weather, it's the best. And I didn't start having miso soup until like 2014. Going to the certain Japanese restaurant who like were serving who was serving sushi, like this kind of different kind of sushi and stuff, and you always got free miso soup. So they had like a little spinach, they had the soup, they had the white stuff, the tofu. Yeah, they had it in there, and it was just like I would eat my sushi, and then I would just like sip the miso soup like it was coffee, just like so good. And it's just I just had a taste for it, be like, I want some miso soup now. But now that we're at home, I don't know if I could get it yet, but I'm gonna find a place with it. But yeah, that's any other snacks.
That's miso soup is a traditional part of a lot of Japanese breakfast.
Dan, did I ask you for your
I'm gonna go simple. My new obsession is molasses cookies. I never had them in my life until like a week ago, and now I can't stop eating them.
You made some or you bought some?
No, I bought some.
I'm gonna send you a recipe. if you want to try.
I will absolutely try it. I didn't know they existed until like 5 days ago.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, molasses is such a fun word.
With coffee.
Oh, David, did you make cider, by the way? I remember you talking about it last week, so I
We
wanted to follow up.
didn't get to it. We between carving pumpkins and all the other stuff.
Oh.
I bought this like 30-pound pumpkin that I was gonna carve, and then I decided I would just cut it up for my dog because he loves frozen pumpkin treats. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm like on my fourth rack of this refrigerator we got in the garage, and I filled it with pumpkin. I'm like, I just finally threw the rest of it away.
It's funny that you mentioned that. Well, not the pumpkin stuff. I bought some M&M sugar cookies. And the Kisses sugar cookies. So the M&M sugar cookies is wonderful. Love it. They literally taste like sugar cookies. The Hershey Kisses one, they taste it, but if you like let the chocolate melt in your mouth, it tastes like white chocolate.
Oh.
And so it doesn't get you that taste. I love white chocolate. I tried it with the Reese's peanut butter. It's fine. I tried it with the Kit Kat. It's fine.
The Halloween Kit Kat with the white chocolate.
Yeah, the pumpkin spice one.
Yeah.
It's so good. It tastes like Kirkland's.
Yes.
It tastes like Kirkland smells, but I love it. And the apple pie one is good too.
Which one? The apple pie?
Kit Kat.
Oh yeah, that one is good. I thought you said apple pie. Reese's.
Because no. Look, I don't know.
Celeste, you know I would try it first and then report
I
back.
I know. Just I don't know.
Yeah, and I still didn't make it to Subway to get the Black Forest ham. I'm sorry. Celeste got me all when she asked about the sandwich question. I was just like, I want a Black Forest ham Subway, and decided to go to Penn Express.
I can't forgive you.
So, but I will get a sandwich. But everybody, that has been Snack Tendo. Any other snacks, anybody? Or that's it?
No, because then I'm gonna eat after this, and I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm going back to Checkers. I'm gonna get some fries and a sandwich. I'm hungry again. So, but we're gonna get into our game fact events, and Celeste is going to be bringing us our game fact events. So, Celeste, go ahead.
I found a list from Thrillist that had a ton of facts, and this one was very interesting to me. The Game Boy was invented by a janitor. Okay, so that's a slight overstatement, but it's not far off. Gunpei Yukao, I'm so sorry if I mispronounced that, was working maintenance on the assembly line in a Nintendo factory when company president Hiroshi Yamauchi came around. Yamauchi noticed a toy that Yukao had built in his spare time. That toy became the Ultra Hand, a bestseller for the company, and Yukao moved from the assembly line to the design line. Yukao then turned a boring old calculator into Game & Watch. Dan, yeah, another huge bestseller, and then created the Game Boy, the crown jewel of handheld gaming devices.
Wow.
Yes, I remember this story. Actually remember getting a Game Boy and Tetris being my first game because it was like a pack-in, and Super Mario Land was my second, like my official game. And then a Link's Awakening. I was mesmerized by that game, and of course Pokemon and stuff. And goodness, the we actually was talking about the Game Boy. I think on Boss Rush. I think last week episode because I seen that name mentioned in someone's tweet this past week, and I was just like, oh man, I missed the Game Boy when it came out. Like I miss it because it was my gaming to go at night. Like I could be done with school and everything, and I would cut on the TV, and it would be like what's happening or All in the Family would be on, and I would just be playing my Game Boy, listening to the TV. Now I shouldn't have been doing that. Listen to All in the Family as a kid, but that was it was kind of like thinking about it now. It was just like sitcoms while playing my Game Boy. It was kind of like my early version of podcasts in a sense, even though it was comedy. And hearing these kind of thought themes and stuff, you wouldn't catch on to it as a kid. My thing was just like, I need to get to level 5 on Tetris. I need to get this Tetris line. I was all like that. And then when Link's Awakening came and I had my headphones, I put it in and it was just like hearing that game and that music. It was just like, wow. Any memories of the Game Boys for you guys?
Kirby's Dream Land. I was obsessed with that game. I mean, I must have been 5 or 6 years old when I got my Game Boy, so I think I played Tetris and Kirby's Dream Land for a year straight. And, being that age, you're happy doing that. Yeah, that was before Kirby was a pink puffball, too.
Yeah, because he was white.
Yeah.
Yes. Why did they change him? Did he eat some shrimp like a flamingo and turn pink? Or what was the reason? I think there was a reason, a design reason, right?
I think
don't know.
so.
Maybe next week's fact of the week we'll have that one.
Okay, Dan, you're doing fact, and it has to be about that. No
Yeah.
choice.
Yes. David, did you have a Game Boy or anything?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you guys said all the games that I mean, Kirby, Tetris, Super Mario Land, I played, and Link's Awakening, played those so much. But it's interesting. I as an adult now, I think I'm able to better appreciate what a cultural icon the Game Boy was. I've been recently rewatching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air on HBO Max. And the Game Boy is featured in several of the episodes in season 1 where they'll have Will's younger sister playing Game Boy on their family couch, and they make a point of featuring it. And so it was had some cultural cachet in the early 90s, and that I just really appreciated that.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yes. Celeste, did you have a Game Boy?
I did not. My first personal portable system was the Game Boy Advance, the pink translucent one. And my sisters, my 2 younger sisters, each had a Game Boy Color. One had the translucent purple one, and one had the opaque green one. So I'd borrow theirs sometimes. But I never had an original Game Boy. That looked like a brick when you compare it to the other systems.
It was a murder item.
A murder item.
Batteries, right?
Yeah,
What's
4
that?
AA batteries.
4 AA batteries in the back.
Oh my god!
Be a monster chewing through those batteries, but
It wasn't like the Game Gear. The Game Gear used to suck through batteries in 8 minutes.
Yeah, that Sonic game. That's the one I remember for Game Gear.
Wait, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say we're just bringing back so many memories. We should do a special nostalgia episode. I mean, I know it's hard with everything else we talk about, but maybe if there's a slow news week, that'd be fun.
Oh yeah, I will put it on the list. You know what? We haven't did a list of Game Boy games or even advanced games or 3DS or DS. So let's look into that. Everybody come with a top 10 of your favorite handheld games from Nintendo.
Oh,
man.
Whoa.
We will do that because I know we all have played a lot of handheld games.
mm-hmm.
And everybody, we have to exclude the Switch. We can't call that a handheld system.
Yeah.
It's a hybrid system. So we're going to do that. But everybody, we're going to get into Family News. And we're going to start off with, I told Celeste, I had to put this story up because I seen it and I was just like, Celeste is going to love this. The group is going to love this. Isabella is totally adored, and we all need this in our lives to be real. So there is on Nintendo Life where we get where all the news is coming from. There is a fan created trailer for Animal Crossing TV show, and this started Isabella, and it stopped animation, and I told Celeste that we need this, and I need Celeste to narrate the show because, I could just hear your voice over this, Celeste, and I think I probably would be like, this is the best show. This needs an Emmy.
I don't know if I could talk animalese. I can't do it.
That was pretty good.
Right.
Oh, thank you. It's my Oscar-winning moment.
But what did you guys think seeing this? Has there been any Nintendo animations that you guys love? I know, David, you shared with us in the group the Pikmin shorts, which that was so good. I still love the Star Fox one, animated one for Star Fox Zero.
I mean, This is something that I love about Nintendo. I love that they go beyond just the video game console, and there's this culture around Nintendo. I mean, I can think all the way back to as a kid. I was obsessed with the Legend of Zelda cartoon, which as an adult is just horrible and like really raunchy. Like looking back on it, I mean, it was definitely a product of like 80s American culture, but that they had the like pairing of Super Mario Brothers and Legend of Zelda as one cartoon, and I've always just loved Nintendo cartoons since then. So they always come out with fun stuff and little shorts, and I like that.
And may I plug another Zelda podcast has just did a podcast about the Legend of Zelda cartoon.
Oh,
Correct?
nice.
Correct, Celeste?
Yeah, they have I haven't listened to it yet, but David and one of his friends talk about the first 3 episodes of the cartoon.
Yes, so do go check that out. What about you, Dan?
That Isabelle thing looked really cute. That the animation was pretty awesome on that. As far as like any Nintendo animation and stuff, I haven't really watched it. I kind of remember.
Captain N.
Yeah, Captain N. That was the one. I like recently rewatched one of those episodes and it was so bad that I'm just gonna like leave it in the past where I enjoyed it. That's my extent of it, and I don't think I'll ever rewatch any Nintendo cartoons again.
I remember Mario he had the Super Show, but then he did like a Super Mario 3D Brothers. I think Super Mario Brothers 3, and I think he did a World one. Like they was like doing different kinds of it, and that was the last of the Mario cartoons. But yeah, I recommend do watch the short. It's so, even though it's not like leading up to an actual series, I could see more shorts like this being done, and definitely for a fan and his team who came together to make this, like they really made it with passion, and it looks just so good. They got everything right with it.
Now, related to that, Ed, I do, there's always speculation in the Zelda world about if there's going to finally be a new television show, but a lot of folks feel that it would work best as an anime. So, kind of a mixed adult cartoons, essentially, right? That I think it'd be really interesting if Nintendo would do that, particularly for Twilight Princess. So to do it, right?
I would buy that in 4K. Just put it on 4K right now. And I would buy it.
Look how good Castlevania is as an anime.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I love Castlevania.
I need to start the 3rd season. I just finished the 2nd season.
You're going to love
the 3rd season?
Yes.
It's intense.
Okay, because it's been pretty dang intense so far.
Intensity goes up for sure.
Okay, but I want to say that I love villains like Dracula, the kind where there's so many nuances and you find yourself sympathizing with them.
When I first seen the first episode, Castlevania, I did. Like, I sympathized with him all the way. I was just like, I understand his motives and everything, but he really had a love for her. So...
Spoiler alert, guys! Just in case we slip anything, just sorry if we do, but watch it on Netflix.
Yes, so good. Well, we're gonna move along because there seems to have been emergency hoax at Ubisoft Montreal last week. And this one is kind of like a little bit heartbreaking. I know a lot of the employees and stuff were on top of the roof. Not roof, on a roof. It was a reported hostage situation out Ubisoft Montreal, and it kind of see that it was fake, and just it was sad to see, like who would do something like this.
Same people who call in with bomb threats to stores and.
Well, can you explain the story a little more? I'm a little behind on it, so.
So, a reported hostage situation at Ubisoft Montreal appears to have been started by a hoax emergency call. Police say no threat has been identified for now and have evacuated the building. This all started local time early afternoon on Friday when news began circulating around about police evacuating Montreal's Mile End neighborhood. Local outlet TVA Nouvelles said Montreal's police service sent in tactical units after a 911 call. At the time of the emergency, Ubisoft employees fled to the rooftop. And then there's a Twitter post about it. Ubisoft Montreal is the studio behind recently released Assassin's Creed Valhalla and the upcoming title Roller Champions. So yeah, there was just like a funny phone call, and the employees they went up all the way up to the roof so they wouldn't be attacked or anything.
Man, that's crazy.
That's so traumatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez.
The story was like going around um on Twitter Friday, and people thought that there was a kidnapping or a shootout or something like there. But yeah, to do that, man, that's crazy, and we don't know why it was actually done. I don't know if it was someone who wanted to really play a joke, who was really trying to get back at Ubisoft for certain things. We really don't know. I think they're still investigating it, but that it's scary when stuff happens like that. But it's good that they took the precaution. But man, all those employees on the rooftop, like,
I mean,
wow,
working in those creative environments, I imagine, gets really tension filled and stressful. And so obviously it's horrible something like happened. Thankfully, it wasn't real, but it does make you wonder. Wasn't it just last year that there was so many people killed at one of the largest anime studios in Japan? Was it Studio Ghibli that had the shootings? It was like half the people that worked there were killed.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
no, it was a Studio Ghibli. It was a different studio.
Sure. Yeah. At any rate, it just those are really to create and all the various personalities and opinions there. I mean, sometimes
Someone might snap.
stuff goes over. Yeah.
Yeah, we know that a lot of that stuff happens here in America when it comes to like shootings and stuff, and not to like dive really big into it. But one of the big lessons is the Kansas swatting that happened with the dad getting killed, and the son and the mom had to see that. Um, and me and LaRon, we were talking about PlayStation, how they're incorporating with their chat that you can report stuff, and they're recording the chat and stuff. So if anyone is trying to do swatting stuff while they're chatting on PlayStation, Sony has that information. They know who the users are. They have the voice and everything, and they could help the police be able to catch the people who did stuff like that. They're trying to stop all of that, and it's sad when you hear stories like that and everything. So I'm glad that the employees are safe. I feel my ideal is that they probably gave everybody the rest of the day off and be like, go home, get your thoughts and yourself together, just relax, calm down. I think they probably let them all go after that when police said everything was fine. But yeah, at least they took precaution and stuff. But it's frightening to hear stories like this. So
Certainly a lot going on in the world. We don't need that.
exactly. But what we do need, I think, is Sega Yakuza producer will make a completely different Sonic game if given the opportunity. Now, this is bonkers because Yakuza is open world kind of Japanese gangster beat 'em up RPG. Yakuza, just the newest one just came out for Xbox One and Series X and PlayStation 4 and 5, like a dragon. And people are enjoying it, and that game got turned into a turn-based. This one, and Sonic's 30th anniversary is coming up next year. So how could Sega potentially keep this long-running series feeling fresh? What if it was to hand over to Yakuza series producer Daisuke Sato? In the official Sega interview recently, Sato was asked what Sega IP he would like to work on that he's never touched before. His response, Sonic the Hedgehog. If he was given a chance, the industry veteran says he would likely come up with a completely different kind of Sonic game. And here's his full response. It's an IP that I haven't come to before, in the sense that I want to try it. Well, Sonic. After all, when you hear Sega, you think Sonic. I like to get involved once at least, but for me, the so-called Sonic is, well, if I were to do it, I wouldn't do Sonic as it was. I would like to make a completely different Sonic. So what do you guys think that Sonic game would be? Because don't forget, Sonic has been kind of like a 3D platformer. He has transformed into a wolf. He has had a RPG game with BioWare. What could Sonic completely be at this time?
I'm excited to see anything new. I haven't fully enjoyed a Sonic game in 3D yet. So if they can come up with a cool way to do a 3D Sonic that's like a little open world, or just have different elements than, a spin dash, that would be fun to see. Because really the only game I've liked in the last 20 years is Sonic Mania.
What about you, David?
I had a couple thoughts. One, for some reason, it was making me think of, what was it, Star Fox Adventures, that randomly became a completely different type of Star Fox game.
Yes.
So that, I don't know why that one's popped in my head, but also I was just thinking of the Breath of the Wild effect a little bit, that, The Legend of Zelda was definitely a series that was firmly entrenched in a certain kind of gameplay. And by breaking out of that, it completely breathed new life into it. And, why not Sonic? Sonic is incredibly iconic. It's got a brand already. So why not try something completely different? I would be open to it.
What about you, Celeste?
I worked on Super Monkey Ball. My goodness, I love that game series. So I would love to see him work on Sonic. I never played the Sonic with the werewolf. What was that one called? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Am I imagining things?
No, he did turn into a werewolf. I gotta just get the title, because he also had Sonic Knight, where he was a medieval knight.
Oh, okay.
So, while we looked that up, I kind of could see Sonic as going once again back to Mega Man. And can you see him like collecting powers, like certain rings that he got, which would transfer him to certain Sonic Werehog. Sonic Unleash. That's what it was.
Does Nintendo own any rights to Sonic? I know that they came to Nintendo. Sonic games came over to Nintendo, but who owns the rights to Sonic
Sega
games?
does.
But
Sega.
aren't they like a third party? Are they platform committed, or are they cross multiple platforms?
Cross multiple platforms. So Sega, after the failure of the Dreamcast, they switched over to third party, and then they started putting Sonic on GameCube on Nintendo platforms, and it started making them a lot of money. Sega started doing it on 360 and on PlayStation and different systems on Nintendo for it, because and it also has some arcade games like Sonic R, Sonic Fighters, things of that nature. So when they became a third party platform, that's when they started putting it on everything else. But it's been mostly on Nintendo systems being more successful right there. But they put it on all different platforms once they went third party for it. So Yakuza though has been exclusively to PlayStation. It's just now being multi-platform with PC and with Xbox. We could have had Yakuza 1 and 2 on Wii U, but Sega thought it wouldn't sell here in America, where everybody was going to buy it. I think they only did like 5,000 copies in Japan. And so because of the sales in Japan, they didn't bring it to America, where it could have easily sold about 2 million copies. So But yeah, seeing Sega do that, I would have been interested in seeing that. Um, Before we get well, I'm gonna save this last story because it's kind of top part of our doc mode discussion that we're going to get into right now. So, stress, a feeling most of us feel during certain times. David sent us this survey or just kind of like
A
this
study.
article. What'd you say, David?
It was. I mean, I think they actually ran a full study.
Oh yeah, a full study. Yeah, they did. Uh, about stress and what video games or the stressful video games with it. And what they did was they rated on their average heart rate, their BPM, beats per minute for their heart. Should I say the list name first and then get into the discussion?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, go
okay.
for it.
I got it pulled up. Do you want me to go ahead and read that?
Yeah, go ahead, David. You can.
Okay, I will go from the bottom up. So the top 10 most stressful games according to Heartbeat. Starting with number 10 was Among Us. Number 9, Street Fighter. Number 8, Battlefield 5. Number 7, Fall Guys. Number 6, Doom Eternal. Number 5, Fortnite. Number 4, Dark Souls 3. Number 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. The runner-up for the most stressful game was FIFA 20, and the number 1 most stressful game, according to Heart Rate, was Mario Kart, coming in at number 1.
Wow.
So let's have a discussion about stress in video games. Um, the floor is open because I'm pretty chill about playing certain games and stuff. I've never gotten. I have had anticipation and some kind of like worrisome moments, but I haven't been stressed out. I was telling the crew before we started recording that I kind of was just like had a little bit stressed with Resident Evil 4, but like once I figure stuff out and get through it, I'm like, okay, that's fine. Um, when I get to a boss that if I know if I do not defeat him with this last hit and I die, I have to redo that whole game over. I mean, that whole fight over from the beginning. And that one little moment of anticipation becomes a little bit stressful because your hands get sweaty. For some people, you just sweat and you're just like, I just need this hit. And something sometimes happens, like a camera angle or a bug would happen and it would ruin the fight and you got to do it all over again.
So that list that you brought up, David, that was based on heart rate?
Yes, and I believe they actually broke it down even further, the full study, measuring the most stressful games, I think, for heart rate over 30 minutes and under 30 minutes of play.
Yeah, I feel like so I play Among Us with like a streamer and a few friends. So there's 10 of us and we're all on a Discord chat. So it's like when I'm the imposter and everybody's trying to figure out who the imposter is, it's like I'm sitting there and my heart's beating out of my chest and I don't know what to say if anybody accuses me. So that I like Among Us to me is number one. Like I have never felt a heart rate like that in Mario Kart. So that's Mario Kart was very surprising to me in that one. FIFA was also surprising too, being at number 2. Have you guys played any of these games on the list?
So, I have, and pretty much, I'm not stressed with Street Fighter. I could tear anybody's tail up in Street Fighter. Battlefield 5 is kind of just boring. I haven't did Fall Guys or Among Us because it's just like, if you want a better multiplayer, go play Mario Party and see how you handle stress with that game. Doom Eternal, I beat Doom. I don't really get stressed with that. Fortnite puts me to sleep because there's not really much to offer. Call of Duty Modern Warfare is you get hit 3 times and you die and multiplayer. That's it. FIFA 20 is so broken it's not even worth playing. Mario Kart is just fun. I prefer Mario Kart Double Dash and stuff.
I
and so
love Double Dash.
yeah. Dark Souls 3, I guess I've tried it It's okay. It's nothing like, oh, I'm going to get, my, I don't know. My thing is people still get stressed out playing Super Mario Brothers. Like, like they, this is how you know they're stressed. They get stressed because they'll be zoned in with the controller, and then I'm using this Xbox controller. They'll be zoned in, and then when they jump, they do this.
The body movements.
Yes. So, but like really from this list, I'm like, no, I'm not really stressed out or anything. Um, not Mario Kart, Mario Party, I'll be like pressing the A button real fast. It'll be like I need to hit to get first place. That's the only time when I'd be like, if I lose, I'll be like, okay, I lost. But it's the anticipation of being in that game with other people and having fun with that. But with that list, no, nothing stressful.
I think for me, I played sports all growing up, and my first instinct when I play most games or activities is competition. And so I think when bragging rights are on the line, I can find a way to make most things stressful. So I honestly, I was a little surprised to see Mario Kart at the top of the list, but not surprised to see it on this list. Um, getting a blue shell on the last half of a lap when I'm trying to close out a race in first place, that sends me through the roof. So, that game, you can even change the mode, as I'm sure you know, to put it on frantic mode where you just get completely messed over by that game multiple times on final. So that doesn't surprise me. One game I was actually a little surprised. Street Fighter is kind of one of the few representations of fighting on there, but I'm surprised Smash Brothers wasn't on there. I do play a lot of online Smash Brothers, and things get pretty intense there too.
What about you, Celeste? Is there anything stress?
I mean, regarding your BPM, your beats per minute, I can see that absolutely getting people excited. Not necessarily. We have a tendency to associate stress with something negative,
Mm-hmm.
but it could be just excitement and your heart rate. I could see all of these causing high BPMs. For me, Among Us, I've played it once, and honestly, it was a little goofy for it. It was fun, like it was goofy because my friends and I were talking and just being silly. Mario Kart. Oh man, if you're about to win that race and someone sneaks up behind you, your heart starts pounding big time. But yeah, I'm not surprised. I am surprised, like you, David, that Smash Brothers is not on this list, especially with its popularity.
You just mentioned Fall Guys. There is a quote from this is from oneesports.gg talking about the study that was done. They said when participants reached finals of respective Fall Guy episodes, heart rates soared by as much as 63 BPM, almost double the baseline rate.
Oh my goodness.
So I thought that was kind of interesting. It's worth noting, however, that the study had a small sample size of just 14 gamers. However, all of the gamers played at least 15 hours per week and wore heart rate monitors when they took the test. And they do have a link to the full study there. One thing I'm curious and would love to do a deeper dive into the study is I didn't see a whole lot of survival horror on here. And I know that is a genre of game that makes my heart beat through my chest. We were talking before the show. Last true survival horror game that I played was Alien Isolation, and I had to put that game down for a while because it was causing my anxiety to go so high.
Dead by Daylight should have been on this list if I had to name a gang, because it's like you and three other players and another player is the killer, and then when you don't know where that other killer is at, it's just like oh my goodness, not Deception, Clock Tower would be one where you have to, and I think 2 or 3 where you have to hide from the killer and stuff. If we're looking at Nintendo, the photography one that Kobe Tecmo did, the Black Maiden, and I cannot think of it.
Fatal Frame.
Fatal Frame. That would be like a scary one to some people. So yeah, Silent Hill might do it for some. But yeah, like survival horror, I thought would be like more stressful. You know, definitely people who are afraid of ghosts and dark stuff, like they probably wouldn't play any survival horror game and stuff. And you want to be like, you need to try this game because the level of horror of survival horror, Friday the 13th for NES versus Friday the 13th of now, those are two different levels.
Right.
Well, you know what? I'm surprised is not on this list. I guess it's maybe not as popular as it was 5 years ago. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot
Is
about
that
I
still a
think
thing?
there's like a different kind of stress that's on this list though, because
Oh, you're right
there's
about the BPM.
well, I mean, there's really no. So it seems like on this list, everything is some form of competitive, right?
Mm.
I
Mhm.
mean, there's a lot of battle royale in there with Fortnite and Fall Guys, and then there's like a lot of competition, just like Mario Kart. I guess Call of Duty is kind of like a battle royale. I mean, you're there to survive, right? So, like, I know the only battle royale game I play is Tetris 99,
Mhm.
and my heart is like going through the roof if there's 10 people left. And not only that, like the music gets more intense, like once you get to 50, and then once you get to 10, then once you get to 3. So like, the fact that you're hanging on to try to win this top spot out of 100 is something that brings that heart rate up as well. um, having the chance to win versus just playing a game with like a little bit of a story where you're going to be scared through the story.
Yeah, music cues sometimes stress people out because when you hear something just like, oh, they changed the music, I know what this means. I don't
Oh
like
yeah,
it.
once it gets to 10 people
It's
in
about to
Tetris
get
99,
real.
I'm like, oh no, like
Even with time limits, when you got something, you got to do something in a certain amount
Oh.
of time. Oh, that I know that stresses some people out. I think I talked to Celeste about this with the Legend of Zelda, and it's always with the head that comes and grab you.
Oh,
And so
the
Ceiling
wall master,
Master and
ceiling
Wall Master.
master.
yes,
Yeah, ceiling master,
when
wall master.
I think it's Twilight Princess or
Oh
Ocarina of Time.
yeah.
It may be I think it's Twilight Princess.
Oh, yeah,
And
where they're
when you
following you.
yes, and when you do not see it on camera and it comes and grabs you, that is stress. And you know that that's the dungeon that thing is in. You be like, I don't want to do this at all.
Or like the Silent Realm in Skyward Sword.
Mm,
Oh man,
those are
timed and I'm surprised that dang shark in Banjo Kazooie at Treasure Trove Cove is not mentioned. I'm just joking because that was pretty intense.
Do
Yeah.
we want to talk about games that help us unwind, Ed?
Yes. One last game that would stress us out. Mario Maker. Playing other people's levels can be stressful. Trust me. I love Corey. He has sent me a level that I was just like, you are cruel. You are really cruel, but I finished this. This level has stressed me out. I even told Dan, he sent me the Zelda one, and I was just like, I'm stressing out. Where's this thing?
I love Mario Maker.
oh, me too.
Yeah. Play somebody's level in Mario Maker and see how stressful it gets. Cause that game it's a work of art. But yeah, let's get into our list of games that de-stress you, I should say. For me, Kirby's Epic Yarn. You do not have to worry about death. It's not too challenging. The music is relaxing. The gameplay is so good. And it's a beautiful game. It's just to play and relax it. Uh, Celeste.
Oh gosh. So if you have a Nintendo Switch, I highly recommend you play Coffee Talk. To unwind.
Yes.
It's like a visual novel. You're really just reading text and you're making coffee. It deals with some important real world topics, but it does so in a very elegant and demure way, I find. But it's the soundtrack's very soothing. You're in rainy Seattle, David. You might like it. Animal Crossing, of course. The only stressful part would be trying to catch a tarantula or a scorpion. Maybe I mean, I guess every game has some small part of stress because even in Coffee Talk, there's a chapter where nothing scary happens. You know what I'm talking about, Ed. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it's
with the certain character.
slightly more intense than the other things, but it's nothing violent or you don't have to fight. There are no consequences. The Sims. Oh man. Especially the first Sims, that soundtrack, the building soundtrack, the buy mode soundtrack. Although you guys might remember if a burglar was near your house, that sound it would make. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? This dramatic sound on The Sims. The burglar was near your house. No, it's okay. Oh gosh. Oh man, another soothing game. NeoCab is pretty fun too to relax for Switch.
A short hike.
Yes.
Switch.
Thank you for that, Ed. Yes, a short hike is good. And I don't know. Those are the ones that come to mind quickly. Oh, I would say you can unwind with Clubhouse games.
Yes.
You can. It can. I mean, you can get your BPM going if you're playing their version of Yahtzee, but otherwise, it's a nice wind down. Oh, and that visual novel game, Ed, that I told you about, Wanderlust. I think.
Wanderlust. I need to start that. I got it, and I got to start it. Because when I go on vacation, I'm going to sit down and play. I'm so ready. Just looking at the title, looking at the graphics, that thing looks so beautiful.
It is, and it's like you're reading a book, but it's kind of a slightly choose your own adventure. But they're these beautiful graphics and photographs while you quote unquote play it or interact with it. So that's another one I highly recommend. So those are the ones off the top of my head.
Yes. What about you, David?
Well, I would echo Animal Crossing that Celeste said, but another one on Switch that I just absolutely love is Yoshi's Crafted World.
Yeah!
It's so beautiful, and it's just like honestly, it's fun to see how they build the world. Like I'm always excited to see like what crafts they did to like build the next stage.
That Japan stage, that Japan level.
Yes.
So that in that bathtub level, I cracked up.
There's a bathtub level?
There's a bathtub level, and it's one of the most creative, most funnest levels. I laughed throughout that whole thing.
Oh my goodness. Because we just picked up that game on Saturday when it was on, it's on sale.
Co-op too, which I played with my daughter who's 8, and you can actually have the Yoshi with wings, so you never have to worry about falling, and it's just it's fun. So that one, and then one more that I would add, I would reach all the way into the past. Wii Sports Bowling is I loved. I could relax on a Saturday night and just do that in my living room.
Just bowling. Oh, well, man, pop on that Wii Shop channel music and you're good to go.
Yes. What about you, Dan?
I think Dan might have froze here.
Oh,
he's walking in Memphis.
Am I good now?
You're good.
Yeah.
So Clubhouse games, I like to play Mahjong. That's like my ultimate wind down game. And then my other one is Mario Maker. Like building levels is kind of like my zen zone. Not so much playing the levels, but like when I'm building a level, like I love doing that, and I totally zone out. And sometimes I look up and it's an hour later. I thought it was 5 minutes. But it's that one to me. Anything.
Oh.
The suspense is killing us, Dan.
We lost you.
Did I freeze again?
You're having too much fun over there in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. Good old hotel Wi-Fi.
Well, you should be good to go. Go ahead.
All right. No, I was just saying, like, my anything creative is my zen zone. So, like, creating a level is where I'm at with that.
Yes. Harvest Moon for me. Is like really relaxing. This game called Good Job that is on Switch. It's a good physics based game. Just truly love that one. Gris, which is GRIS. Just a beautiful game. Just there's like really no depth. It's a kind of a little bit of a Metroid stylish game. Um, but it's so animated so well, just like it's breathtaking, the music's so good, all the colors and the designs, and it will literally leave you in awe. You be like, oh my goodness. Hook is another one with a puzzle game where you're just trying to unhook stuff. Me and Celeste, and I once again thank you, Celeste, for Invento is
Oh.
so I love that game. So
So sweet.
yes. Last but not least, later daters, where you are in where you are in an old folks home and you are trying to date, and you can have straight, gay, poly, bi. You can have any kind of relationship you want to have in that game, and it's literally so funny and everything. So yeah, those would be some of my picks. Um, so
Oh my
uh,
gosh. Um,
what?
no, I'm laughing about that game, and I know we try to stay to be a family friendly podcast, but at nursing homes, there are certain trends that among the elderly that I will let parents look up involving relationships.
Yes.
It's what age group has the highest rate of this trend, and I'll let you guys
Go
piece
from
it
there.
together. But David or Ed, or maybe it was you, Dan, tweeted about why people play video games, and it is related to this topic.
So I tweeted out the story that Animal Crossing is good for your mental health, and
Mhm.
this is claims from Oxford University. A new study conducted by Oxford University claims that video games are good for your mental well-being. The groundbreaking study, which was undertaken in collaboration with academics at the university working with true gameplay data for the very first time, focused on people playing Animal Crossing New Horizon and Plant vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville. With while previous studies focus on often inaccurate playtime data supplied by the players themselves, this new study was one of the first to take advantage of actual playtime data. The team at Oxford University was able to connect the questionnaires completed by those taking part with actual playtime records, and then they speak about that. Um, they speak about the study and everything from the doctor, but yeah, um, playing Animal Crossing can help with them your mental health, and um, we talk about mental health here on Boss Rush, that even various teammates and stuff, like if you need to take time off from a podcast or anything, take the time off and reconnect, touch down on some games, or have something to eat, do something creative, like really try to relax and enjoy what you can while relaxing, because mental health is a big thing, and the video games are part of that. Then it's a good thing that games like Animal Crossing or Mario Maker or Smash Brothers or anything to help you sit back and relax, do that. Listen to some music. Me and Dan, we were talking about uh Evergate, and just the music in that game is so relaxing. And it's a game that, yeah, it's a puzzle based game, puzzle platformer, but sometimes it feels like you could just put the controller down, listen to the orchestrated music, and like truly relax. And it's a really good thing. Or even if you're frustrated and you want to get some of that frustration out, playing like something like Final Fight or Gears, or even Saints Row, if you want to play that open world game, like to help you like release and stuff, whatever it helps you with your mental state, games are here to help you do that sometimes, and it's a good way to get for escapism, for some people.
Yeah.
When Celeste and I did our 1v1 interview, one of the things that came up in our conversation, I have this belief that there should be video game museums at some point. I don't know if you remember talking about that, Celeste.
Yeah.
And my hope is that years from now we're able to look back at sort of cultural artifacts from video games. And I imagine, thinking about what you just read about Animal Crossing, I imagine that there could be an Animal Crossing exhibit talking about life during the pandemic and how Animal Crossing helped so many people get through it, whether it's music or how beautiful games are. Another one we didn't mention that I feel kind of silly for forgetting is Breath of the Wild, right? And how much help people relax. So I don't know. I just want to say like that the music and cultural context around games, I think it can be really powerful.
Yes.
I love it.
Dan, any last words or anything?
I think stress comes in a lot of different ways, shape, and forms. Something we were talking about is one thing that stresses me out can stress, you guys would be fine with, and vice versa. But don't let stress in gaming really get to you. It's okay if something stresses you out. For example, Breath of the Wild stresses me out when I can't cover as much ground as I'd like to in a sitting, or I can't complete certain tasks. But playing Call of Duty, I don't care at all. So don't let the fact that you're a little bit stressed about something get to you. It's a video game. It's fun. We're there to enjoy it, and that's it from me.
All right.
And some people don't even finish Breath of the Wild, right, Ed?
Oh my goodness! A tree was planted, and there's shade.
Oh, that is a lot of shade there.
David is joining on Corey's train, Gus.
That's why Corey wanted you on this show, David.
He's not wrong.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you for. I just can't. Before we get to Playing with Power, we was on Boss Rush Saturday, and I was talking about being on different shows, different podcasts here, and I talked about being on Arsenal X. I'm just like, I know that I hopefully I did a good job as a host, but I noticed that I did with bringing Nintendo in, and Jesse bust out with his interpretation of me busting out with Nintendo on the show. It was just like, well, Microsoft did this, but Nintendo did this, and we all fell out laughing. It was such a great moment, and I was just like, no shade, all truth. It was just such a funny moment that we all busted out laughing. I was just like, it's the truth. I don't know why. I talked about Nintendo sometimes a lot on the Xbox podcast, but but
that's why we love you, Ed.
Thank you.
Well, everybody tease the ones you love.
Yes. Well, everybody, we're gonna get to Play with Power. So David, what have you been playing with Power?
Well, I started up Spirit Tracks again this week. I think last week we talked about this. I had mentioned I'd finished Phantom Hourglass, so I'm moving on to my second Nintendo DS Zelda game there. So I've been enjoying that. I also have gotten really into the new update for Animal Crossing. Today, I think, is the first day that the leaves started falling off the tree. Has anybody else checked that out today?
Did they? I haven't had a chance to play it yet today, but the leaves are falling now?
In a flurry all over your island, and you can go catch leaves and do DIYs with them. And
that's so cool.
I'm loving it. So I've been doing a lot of that this week as well.
Nice. Celeste, what have you been playing with Power?
I try to play a little bit of Animal Crossing every day, and every few days I'll try to play a little bit of Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town. Yesterday, I made it halfway through Everybody's Gone to the Rapture for our next Talk the Walk, and I'm taking notes as I play, so I'm taking a little bit longer to finish it. But gosh, that game is beautiful. Man, if you want a beautiful soundtrack, if you want beautiful setting, I highly recommend you play this game.
Like I said, that priest section, that ending of that section with the priest, that got me. Everybody, look forward to Talk the Walk where everybody goes to the rapture. Celeste is leading this discussion, and
it's kind of some of the topics in it kind of reflect what's going on now in 2020.
Yeah. But it's a great game, great story. Dan, what have you been playing with Power?
Um, so I have been playing Mario Maker 2. My friend Don, he makes these great series. He has like multiple accounts and he has a few different worlds, but he just started a new world. And it's fantastic. I'll actually post the world code on my Twitter when this podcast release. So if you play Mario Maker, check it out.
Yes.
I finally gave, after probably a year and a half, I finally gave Dragon Quest XI a fair chance. And I just got to the huge plot twist in the middle, and I'm all in. I'm glad I gave it a good chance. It's a really fun game. Story is fantastic, and I think that's really it for me.
Dan, do you ever? Because I also have Dragon Quest, and I've been playing that as well. Do you ever switch to the 2D mode on that? I think that's so cool how they did that.
I was at the beginning, and now that I've been getting used to the environments more as 3D mode, I haven't really gone back because I'm doing a lot of backtracking, so it's more familiar. I feel like I'd be playing the game again as 2D mode, but it's such a cool little thing they did, and if I replay the game, I'll probably do the whole thing in 2D mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Japan had it. I think they did this. Was it 3DS they had it? It might have been Switch when they did it in Japan with PlayStation. That they was doing the 2D, 3D mode before they brought it here to America. I don't have the Switch version. I have the PlayStation 4 version. And you guys are making me want to go back to that game because I was jumping between Dragon Quest 11 and Ni no Kuni 2.
So how far did you get into it, Ed?
I would have to look at the world. I've said it since I completely forgot.
Did you beat it, David?
I'm a little past that desert city where you learn to horse race. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, I'm a little bit past that where you start sailing on the ship and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, there's if both of you guys need to play it to this big plot twist, and then let's talk this game because it's incredible. Celeste, you need to start playing RPGs.
I played Earthbound.
Yeah.
Mother 3.
That was the last one.
Oh gosh.
Uh-oh.
I played the first American Fire Emblem in 2003. Oh gosh. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
Been a couple generations of consoles.
It's been a little while.
It's been 17 years, but
what of it?
So for me, I've been playing Foregone on Switch. Evergate, I played a little bit more. Close to done, being almost done with Foregone. Got like a couple of few bosses. Played latest Mystery Journey. Cottrell and the Millionaire. Conspiracy. Sorry, I had to click it on to get the name. Really love this game. I love Professor Layton games. Just really enjoyed that. Picked up Sakuna of Rice and Ruin.
How is that?
That looks
pretty
so
good.
cute.
It's good. It takes a while to learn the some of the action and stuff. Celeste, you probably would learn. You would love the plants of rice, the sim part of it. You would love.
It's like a simulation RPG game, right?
Yes.
Oh.
So it's a mix of action and then the rice planing game and stuff. And the story is kind of funny to understand how it starts off. It's kind of weird because it's a little bit like this little girl. I guess she drank a lot of sake, so she came onto the bridge
as a child.
Because she's like a goddess or something. She got like this celestial being. And she, like, one of the guards is trying to protect the thing, and she knocks him off the bridge because these humans somehow came contact with this other world and stuff, and all of this craziness happens and everything, and you kind of learn some of the platforming and stuff. So I gotta play more of that, but it's a really good game. It kind of it was number one in Japan for the eShop, and it kind of sold out everywhere here in America and in Japan and in the West. So it got good sales going out. They thank the people who bought it. One of my Twitter friends did the localization of this game. So I reached out to him and I asked him because he posted it talking about people could pre-order it for the download. I'm like I kind of want the physical version. He told me that the pre-orders for the physical are still going. So I checked Best Buy and they had it. So I pre-ordered Best Buy to get it there. And I picked it up and yeah, it's a really fun game. I got to play more of it, trying to get through it. I'm trying to. I am in the point that I'm still jumping around different systems, different games and stuff. But that's pretty much all what I have been playing for Switch. Hades, and I will be jumping back into Pikmin 3. I need to finish that up. And I had to finish Breath of the Wild, like I said, because Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity. I'm so glad I got my vacation time off because I'm going to be digging into this game.
We just give you a hard time, Ed. It's a long game. Are you doing all the side quests?
I am. I'm trying to get all the shrines and stuff.
Gotcha.
How many shrines do you have so far?
I think I have 70.
Okay. We're getting there.
Yeah. And how many are there?
120 plus the expansion.
Ooh, plus that's right. Are you going to go for the motorcycle, Ed?
I did not buy the DLC expansion.
Oh my goodness. Okay, please buy it if you.
It's $19.99 for two full expansions.
Can I tell you? I love when Nintendo does their DLC and their pricing. There's something about it, just like still the Mario Kart for $13, and you got all of that stuff. Still straight a deal. Smash, I even do the DLC for Smash, but I'm waiting for everything to come out, and then I'll buy the season pass and just get everything.
Fire Emblem was a great DLC. I bought it with the game. If you pre-ordered the DLC and the game together, it was like $60. So or $70. I'm sorry. So it was $10 for the DLC, but you get like a ton of items, and then you get an entire campaign that's like 12 chapters, and it's. What? For me, it was awesome because it's like very challenging, and once you beat the game itself, you come to this, and it really gives you a challenge to it. And then
3 houses, right?
Yeah, so like I thought that was one of the better DLCs I've ever seen.
I forgot all about 3 houses had DLC. It's on the list. I'll have to get it. But everybody, that's us playing with power, which means it's coming to the end of the show. Where we're going to jump into plugs. Dan, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at DCDM99.
David, where can we find you?
On Twitter at David Lasby, on ZeldaDungeon.net, and you can find my articles on the Mighty site.
Yes. Celeste, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at FairyCrypt. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it is private, so please send me a message because there are all these weird bot accounts on Instagram. Mm-hmm. But Twitter's public. And I'm also with Another Zelda podcast. Another Zelda Pod, I think, is the Twitter handle, and also with Boss Rush Games.
Yes, you guys can find me on Twitter at @BretcherCode. You can check out Optional Opinion on SoundCloud, other podcast apps. Check out Boss Rush Podcast on our YouTube page and on Twitch at Boss Rush Games. Check out Crossroads, Arsenal X, and all of our other shows. We are coming up with our first ever game show. So you guys, on November 30th, we will be having our trivia game show episode. If you guys want to be a part of it, go ahead. The first 3 who subscribes or who rates us on our Apple podcast, leave a review and everything, you will be connected to one of our contestants, David, Celeste, or Dan, and you have a chance to win a $10 eShop card. I am definitely excited about this. I cannot wait. I might have to dress up from the top for everybody to see. Uh, for it. So hopefully you guys will be able to like really check it out and have fun with us. Just to give you guys head up, we are going to be off next week, so there will not be a Power Block or a Boss Rush podcast that week. We are taking the time off with the family and friends to enjoy Thanksgiving, whether it's through Skype, Zoom, whatever. So there will not be a recording that week. If you guys want to check out more of our Nintendo Power Block episodes, you can check us out on YouTube at Boss Rush Games. We have a whole bunch of shows there that you guys could listen to. Check out some of our older stuff with me and Corey, talking about games and everything. How most of the half of the episodes are all about Breath of the Wild. So you guys can literally check that out. But as always, everybody have a great week, have a great weekend. As always, let's continue to play video games and be better to one another. And if you are feeling stressful and if you are, just mentally drained, take some time to yourself, rest, play some of the games that we recommend, like relax, have fun, and enjoy. With that, everybody, we will see you next time on Nintendo Power Block. Bye, everybody. Woo-hoo!
Bye, guys.
Bye.